Hi everyone, Ken Kirschbaumer here at NAB 2026. I'm here with Martin Stewart from NEP. So Martin, good to see you, as always.
Good to see you, Ken. How you doing?
Good. How's the show so far? We're day one.
Yeah, it's been good. We've been here a few days already, so it's quite a busy time for us. We're obviously trying to meet as many clients as possible and vendors and try and keep those relationships going. But we're also doing a lot of sort of internal NEP stuff, so it's been a busy time.
Yeah, sure. Now, this is the 40th anniversary of NEP.
Yes.
So happy birthday.
Thank you.
Great. Now, you've been here for how long now for yourself?
It'll be 4 years this summer.
Okay, so 10%.
Just 10%, yeah.
But probably the most challenging, technology-wise, everything the last 4 years, things have changed a lot. But what has it meant for you as far as 40 years and longevity?
Well, look, as you're right, so things are changing. I think that the history of NEP over those 40 years has been one of constant change and constant evolution. The business, obviously, back in those days was very, very different from the one that we have today. We are in this year taking that next step into truly hybrid production with the launch of NEP platform, which is really the sort of a real step forward in the provision of software services and how they can integrate with hardware to give that full service offering to customers.
Right. It's funny, a friend of mine shared me a video from 1984 of sports production, right? And the trucks, the workflow in the trucks was almost the same. And that's about 45 years ago. So now we are finally changing and evolving, but there are still trucks. Now you have trucks, you got hubs, you've got data centers, and you got TFC obviously, and now the platform. So where does the platform kind of fit into the rest of the pieces there? And what is it? Does it bring in new customers who otherwise couldn't get engaged with it?
Yeah, I think it can bring in new customers because the thing about NEP platform is it's much more efficient, it's much more reliable, more secure, but it's also infinitely scalable, and that's both up and down. So it will give us a chance to bring in more customers because we can tailor offerings to people that maybe we weren't able to service effectively before. But I think that what it really does is it brings into one place all of the different software offerings that are in the market, links them together seamlessly so that clients don't have to undertake that work themselves, and really just provides that sort of coherent, single, one-stop shop, as it were, to take all those software products and be able to link them seamlessly into the hardware offering. Because I think that the hardware side isn't going away anytime soon, and so really that's the world that we all have to try and navigate. It's that hybrid world.
Right. And the challenge, I think, for you and all the other manufacturers and operators is, the challenge is if one of your clients needs like an extra one channel of EVS, what have you, you've got to kind of ship them a box with like 6 channels. And from your standpoint, at the top level, you're like, this is a waste of inefficient resources, right?
And it enables people to be much more flexible, so they can call things up during a show. It obviously set up and tear down becomes a lot quicker. Everything's just easier to operate and navigate. But I think that flexibility is a really key point. You can actually decide spur of the moment how you want things set up and how much capacity you want.
Right, and you don't need FedEx.
Exactly. Sorry, FedEx.
Right, exactly. So let's walk through this year. Obviously, we've had a couple of massive global events. Plus, there's the other, the usual run of the NBA and the NHL and the Masters and all these other events. So, when you look at this calendar this year, what has it meant for NEP, but also just the whole sports industry in general?
It's been an amazing first quarter. I mean, we've been in Milan Cortina, we've been at the Super Bowl, we've been at the All-Star Game, the Players Championship, Augusta. I mean, it just goes on. And so teams have been very, very busy. Great delivery for our clients. I know they're happy. We're happy that they're happy. And we're rolling in through the second quarter with some big entertainment shows. We've got the Eurovision coming up in May, which is a sort of cultural phenomenon. And then really, we're already setting up for the World Cup this summer. Teams are already preparing the facilities now, and that's just going to be a huge, huge event. So I think 26 is a very big year for sport generally. And I think that the momentum that we're building through this balance of this year will see us in good stead as we go into 2027.
Awesome. Now it's fascinating talking with, like, for example, the OBS folks and even the HBS and FIFA. 800 hours of live production for the Olympics, but they created 5,000 hours of content. And FIFA's doing something similar. So when you look at obviously the live is your bread and butter, but also all these other kind of programs are coming up, and these other ancillary, the digital products.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, look at what Peacock did for the Olympics. You know, streaming all the events. What do you think that means for the health of the industry? Can we, can we get to a point where there's like a lot of tonnage that's going to give you guys a lot of opportunities to monetize and to kind of continue to build the business?
Short answer, yes. I think that's the challenge that the broadcasters and also us as the service provider face, which is that we need to produce more because you need that kind of content in order to be able to engage viewers, get them more deeply engaged for longer. And of course, it's in so many different formats, on so many different platforms, of so many different varying length of content that needs to be produced. But really that's the point, is that what we do is responding to our clients' needs, and our clients' needs are how to get viewers more engaged and keep them engaged. And so our challenge is just to stay up to date with that need, and that's the challenge that we face every day.
Sure, and we are here at NEB room N253.
253, yeah.
Right, we're here. So if someone does not have an appointment, can they just swing by and say hello? Or
absolutely, yeah. Just stop by, and we're demoing platform here at the show, and we're very excited about it. And so far, everybody who's seen it thinks it's a real step forward, and they're very interested in it. So if you haven't got an appointment, please come along.
Excellent. Thank you, Martin, so much.
Thank you.
And be sure to visit sportsvideo.org for all the information from NAB.